Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün University of Windsor'da lisans, yüksek lisans, dil eğitimi programları ve Kanada'da kariyer fırsatlarını Anaoşku ve Peter'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Anaoshka, the stage is yours now. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Anushka Plum, and I'm manager of the language programs at the University of Windsor. My colleague, Peter, and I are very excited to be here today. As you know, communicating online sometimes has some challenges. So I noticed my colleague has just been disconnected, and he's going to come back in just a moment. In the meantime, I'd like to talk to you about the English Language Improvement Program at the University of Windsor. So the University of Windsor is located in Windsor, Ontario. I'll share my screen with you at the moment. So for you, if you're looking to apply to an academic program, undergraduate program, and your language needs to be improved, Windsor has a great pathway for you, and we'll talk about that right now. Can you let me know if you're able to see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, that's great. So right here, the English Language Improvement Program at the University of Windsor. It is your pathway program for English proficiency. So what this means is you can apply to the University of Windsor and receive a conditional offer where the English Language Improvement Program will help you get to the level that you need to so you can start your academic study. The pathway program plus conditional admission is a great plan. There are 5 levels. Each level is 12 weeks, intensive full-time programs, but you don't necessarily need to start at the first level. If you could just let me know when Peter joins so I can switch back to him, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Classes are offered each semester and throughout the entire year. Once you have completed the level 3, which is the highest level, you automatically get you're automatically able to start your undergraduate or graduate studies. The program is web enhanced. So we have in-person classes and also online instruction as well. The facilities are in-person facilities are modern with brand new technology, student lounges, and we include a lot of social activities as well as student support. And once I get to the PowerPoint, I'll talk a little bit more about this. Here I'd like to show you just a couple of testimonials, some of messages from what other students who completed the program have to say. So one student, Syed, said, ELIP was a smart decision. It helped me gain both the required knowledge and skill set for my research work, which I have been looking for a long time. Syed went on to study a Master of Education. Another student, Yuanin, my English improved after the ELIP sessions, and I learned more about Canadian culture. Besides, it was a great chance to make friends with others who are from different countries and have various backgrounds. One more student, Gia, my listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills improved. At the end, if you want to connect with us, you can always book a virtual meeting with our representative, or you can even attend one of our webinars where we go through in details all the components of the program, and we help you with all the steps you need to register for a term. So what do we teach? Here are some key outcomes for students. Yes, we do have some fun with the social activities, but the main parts are academic skills. We want to make sure that you are ready, that you can demonstrate fluent, accurate language skills and strategies, learning strategies for university. So we teach that. Also, speaking, not just one-on-one, but in a group or presentations. So can you communicate on different types of academic and professional topics in a very skillful way, in a very good way, so that your audience really understands your meaning? This is an important skill, not only in university, but after, when you are interviewing for a job, when you are working and you are managing and working with other people, giving tasks, organizing information. Listening skills, how to understand long pieces of information, how to divide that information so that it's meaningful. Of course, academic writing, a very important piece. Essay writing, how to construct really good arguments, how to use other information to support your argument in the right way. And of course, reading, analyzing different types of texts of academic topics, critically thinking, making inferences, so understanding the deeper meaning of a text. Before I go on, I just want to check in if Peter has been able to join.
Yes, Anushka, the Peter has just joined on the stage, so we have some connection problems.
Okay, I will disable screen sharing and I will pass it over back to my colleague.
All right. Hi, Peter, can you hear us? Okay, he lost the connection. So I think it would be better if you do your own presentation, Anushka, and then he can continue.
Okay, let me just pull up the file here, making sure I have it ready. And let me screen share. Thank you, everyone who's watching. As you know, sometimes technology works with us and sometimes it works against us. So thank you for your patience. All right, let me screen share again. All right, are you able to see the PowerPoint?
Yes, Anushka.
Okay, excellent. So here we go. So University of Windsor's English Language Improvement Program Pathway. So like I mentioned, the ELA pathway with the conditional admission is a great study plan. Successful completion of level 3, so when you are finished level 3, meets University of Windsor's English proficiency requirements for undergraduate and graduate admissions. So you can see on the left side of the screen here, there are these different levels. The level that you start at is based on your level of proficiency. So what does this mean? So if you have taken a standardized test like TOEFL or IELTS, we can use that information to help place you. But if you don't have one of those, don't worry. We will give you the instructions to take a test so that we know what level to start. The reason we want to make sure that you're starting at the right level is, number one, we don't want you to start something that's too difficult and where you get stuck, or we don't want you to start somewhere that it's too easy, because we know time and money is valuable. So as you can see, we have foundation, level 1, 2, 3. Each is 12 weeks. To the right of those levels, you'll see numbers. So this is an estimate. So for example, if you have an overall IELTS of 6.0 or more, you can go right into level 3, which means you only have 12 weeks before you start your undergraduate or your grad program. If you are in a different level, then you would have to finish level, like let's say if you started at level 2, then you would finish level 2, then go into level 3. So as I mentioned, ELIP develops academic writing, reading, listening, and oral communication skills, as well as expands on learning strategies for academic success. This is a really important part here. We're talking about academic English, not just, looking at simple words. We're looking at making sure you are ready for your studies and that you do well when you begin your studies. As I mentioned, each level is 12 weeks, full time, and we have two options. Right now, we know traveling might be difficult for many of us. So when traveling restrictions are released, we hope for you to travel and come in person. But if you can't, or if you choose, you can also do this program online. This will save you in cost, and the experience, as I will show you in a couple of slides, is still really great because we've worked very hard to make sure that the online program is just as great as the in-person program. Classes are offered each semester and all year, so you can start in September, January, or May. We also have extracurricular activities outside of the classroom. We know it's important for students to participate as much as they can outside of their language studies, so we provide those opportunities. Student wellness. We want to make sure you have the right strategies to manage stress, to manage all those questions and thoughts that you're experiencing. You will have access to facilities, so to the gym, to the library, to the student center, and those are all included in your fee. So what does quality online academic English learning look like? Well, these are the 5 pillars. ELIP Online is flexible. So you are able to join live sessions and also have access to recorded formats. You will receive immediate feedback from your instructor, from your peers. Even if you're online, you're still part of the class. It's engaging. So we incorporate current topics, your interests. You have a chance to talk about what you want to bring to the table, as well as academic interests. So it's all connected to current day and what your future as a student looks like. It's informative. You will get a number of resources, practice opportunities, assessments, so that you know how you are developing, so that you see your progress. You will receive a report 2 times, once in the middle of the term and once at the end of the term, so you can actually see the areas that you are growing in and the areas that you need to continue to focus on. It's interactive, live and online form-based. So you are talking with peers, with instructors. There are online forums where you're posting questions and answers. You're working in groups. So it's very much interactive and also collaborative, meaning you're not alone. You're working with others together throughout the program. So why ELIP in person and ELIP online stands out? So these percentages is from what our students tell us in the last 2 terms. Learning support. Students believe that the program challenged them to learn more than they expected. So 95% of students believed this. 96% believed the program provided opportunities to participate in group work. Language skills. Both 100% of in-person and 96% of students online believe that they enhanced their ability to manage discussions. 93% of students in person and 96%, higher even than in person, of students online felt that they improved their reading skills by being able to critically analyze information. So not just reading the words, but thinking about what that means and having ideas and arguments and positions. Social activities. 96% of those online felt they had opportunities to make new friendships. For online engagement, 75% believed the extracurricular sessions were enjoyable. Listening skills. 96% of in-person students and 88% observed that they improved their ability to understand lectures and discussions. 100% of in-person and 96% of those online understood, they observed an improvement in their writing to use greater, better types of vocabulary. And academic skills, 96% of those studying in person and 88% of those studying online saw a change in how they use academic skills, how they cite information, which is referencing other work to make your work stronger. So here's one last testimonial from one of our current past students. So what ELIP can do for you? Well, for her, for Hongxi, ELIP played a vital role in her transition to academic courses, and it helped her become more confident. She really appreciates the opportunity to learn at ELIP. So she successfully completed in winter 2020, and she is currently studying in the Master of Management program, Human Resources. We want you to get in touch with us to learn more. There are many ways you can get in touch. If you have a pen and paper, please write down this URL right here, uwindsor.ca hyphen or front slash, sorry, English pathway. When you enter that, it will bring you right to the page that I was showing you. And when you go onto that page, you can book a virtual meeting with our admissions team. You can join a webinar. We have webinars with dates. There's no pre-registration needed. You just go in and click and join on the day that you're available. Okay, that brings me to the end of my slides. Okay, I will unshare. And I now pass the floor to my colleague, Peter.
Hello, dear participants of our webinar. My name is Peter Petruchev. I am a student recruitment advisor for Europe and Turkey, and I will tell you today about University of Windsor, its program, and how to apply. I will share my screen so you can see the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and we'll go from there. Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, Peter.
Excellent. So, University of Windsor. University of Windsor is a comprehensive university. We don't need any foundation for students to get admitted to undergraduate programs like bachelor. We have affordable tuition fees. There are scholarships for international students. Many programs have co-op and paid internships, and graduate opportunities rate is from 85 to 100%. We'll talk about why Canada is a good destination for overseas students. We'll talk about Windsor City and programs and processes of Windsor University. Canada is today the most popular country for international students, and there are some answers to that. That Canada offers great pathways for international students to permanent residency. It is very safe and very diverse community. Canadian degrees are highly respected worldwide. And Canada offers very affordable education, tuition, and living costs. And also it gives great work opportunities for students during their studies. And it offers postgraduate work permits to many graduates who graduate from Canadian universities. Canada was ranked by US News and World Report as the best quality of life among all countries, and it has very high level of education system in the world. Windsor City is based in Ontario province in Windsor Essex region. It is the most southern point of Canada. The city is located on the international border with United States and is one of the 4 most diverse cities in Canada. The climate of the city is very mild. The city is on the same latitude as Northern California, and students can wear short sleeves 7 months a year. Windsor offers very low cost living compared to many cities of Canada like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and others. And it's very, very safe. As the city is based on the international border with the United States, it offers wonderful employment opportunities and experiential learning opportunities for students who study at Windsor. And students enjoy spending weekends and holidays in the United States. So Windsor is located in Great Lakes region, and its population is not very very big, only 217,000 people. If you look at the map, Windsor has a great geographical location. With 1 hour flight, you can reach most of the biggest cities in central and eastern United States, like Chicago, Washington, and you can actually drive to all the cities from 5 to 10 hours. So geographically, it is located very well, and it's only 4 hours drive to Toronto and a couple of hours of flight to Ottawa and Montreal. Windsor City borders with one of the biggest cities in the United States, Detroit, and the border is on the Detroit River. So you may know that Detroit is one of the world capitals of the automotive industry. And if you can look at this photograph, at the right-hand side, you can see a big high-rise, black high-rise building. This is headquarters of General Motors. One of the buildings, high-rise building, is headquarters of Fiat and Crysler Automobiles industry. And the University of Windsor has a long history of collaboration with this automobile industry, as the university is very popular and well known for its engineering programs. And we have lots of American students from the United States that study at University of Windsor. The history of University of Windsor dates back 150 years ago. Today it has 9 faculties and over 200 programs, which 70 and of master and doctorate degrees. We have only 16,000 students, and our international student body is only 23%. As we have 9 faculties, the biggest faculty is Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Lots of different programs, undergraduate and graduate students study in this faculty. Our business faculty is called the ADET School of Business, and it is one of the oldest business schools in Canada. A very good point about our business school is that our undergraduate and graduate students can get licensing during their courses of study. So if students, for example, study accounting, they get licensing in Canadian Accountants Association. So many jobs in Canada have to be licensed. So students get licenses during the course of study, so they don't spend extra time and money and just focus on their studies and join the market straight away after their graduation. Faculty of Education is very popular faculty, and we train students and prepare them for teaching in high schools. Human kinetics is a unique faculty. We offer one of the top kinetic programs in Canada, and we accept international students for the kinetic programs. So students can study human kinetics and can specialize in kinesiology or sport management later. Our science faculty is very well renowned in Canada and overseas, and we have many programs related to biology, chemistry, physics, and others. So we do accept international students for the science faculty and science programs. And engineering faculty is one of the most popular faculty among international and domestic students. Faculty accepts not only students, but it also provides scholarships for international students. So students can choose many majors in this faculty, and we don't need any foundations for international students to join engineering programs. They need to complete their high schools, like in Turkey, and provide good grades in English, chemistry, physics, and mathematics, and show the English language equivalent to IELTS 6.5. The minimum GPA in high school should be over 74%. Engineering programs and many other programs offer co-op and internship, paid internship options, and we get accreditation. It's accredited by Canadian Board of Engineering, and all engineering students get professional license in Canada. So there are about 200 different programs, undergraduate and graduate in University of Windsor, and we have different programs in COBES, like accounting, finance, human resource management, marketing, strategy, entrepreneurship, supply chain, and business analytics. Many programs in science faculty, engineering, human kinetics, education, lots of programs in arts, and others. Admission requirements for most of our undergraduate programs are high school diploma in Turkey, and most of our degrees requires 70 to 80% of GPA according to Ontario standards. And usually we require IELTS 6.5 or equivalent as an English language level. As I mentioned, many of our programs have internship and co-op components, so students not only study in classrooms, but also in the work field and in companies. University of Windsor offers scholarships for international students and as entrance scholarships. And when students start their programs, they have opportunities to apply for scholarships which are offered already during the studies. So if you have GPA 85 and more, you can apply for scholarships, for entrance scholarships. Tuition fees of our undergraduate programs differs from 14,000 to 23,000, depends on the faculty and major. And we have lots of graduate programs. Some of the programs are course-based or taught programs. Some of them are research-based and PhD. Difference is that course-based programs, students just apply for them and they have to complete 8 or more subjects, and on the research programs they have to find a supervisor and do a research rather than pass the course. Very popular programs in the University of Windsor are in engineering, Master of Engineering. Students can specialize in automotive, civil, electrical, environmental, industrial, and mechanical. Very popular also Master of Medical Biotechnology, Master of Management, Master of Applied Computing, Master of Applied Economics and Policy, and Master of Education, and also very interesting program, Master of Actuarial Science. Our course-based admission requirements. Students have to have 4 years degrees, 4 years bachelor degrees from their home countries, with 70% of GPA and IELTS from 6.5 to 7.5 or equivalent. Usually, course-based graduate programs require 2 to 3 reference letters, and we do not require GRE or GMAT exams to get accepted students to these programs. Statement of interest and usually CV or resume is also required. Most of the master programs we offer, they run for 2 years or 16 months. We have a great campus living at University of Windsor, and we provide 4 different residencies for undergraduate and graduate students, and students can choose residence according to their choice, double, single, or suite. We also include food in accommodation, as we believe that students need to focus on their studies and don't think about their accommodation or where to find some food. So there are many opportunities and for students during their studies, and lots of different students clubs. University of Windsor pays a lot of attention to sports of students, and we have professional teams in ice hockey, in basketball, in American football, and in volleyball. So students can enjoy their sports and professional sports during their studies. And we have sports grants and for students who are professional sportsmen. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. So I'm finishing my and closing my PowerPoint presentation, so you can ask questions.
So Peter, just looking at the questions in the chat, Mehmet asked a question about do you have the law PhD programs, fees and scholarships? And I've replied to Mehmet, yes, we do have a law program with a graduate component, the JD, and I've also posted a link for scholarships, so you can take a look there. Julia asked, do you offer English prep year at pre-sessional English? If yes, do we have to take TOEFL or IELTS for bachelor degree application when we take your English course? So my post is ELIP pathway is the English prep, and you don't need to take additional TOEFL or IELTS to be placed in the program or when you're in the program. So if you, when you complete the level 3, automatically you're able to begin your studies at Windsor. Now, if you have not taken IELTS or TOEFL to get placed, that's okay. We can help you. We will let you know what your next steps are so that we know which level you can start in. And I put in the apply ESL at uwindsor.ca for you to connect with our team. Ramola asked, I am about to graduate, have studied translation and interpretation. I also did a minor in philosophy. I'd like to keep studying philosophy for graduate education. Can you give me information about the opportunities at Windsor and scholarships and fees? So I've posted in that chat a link to the graduate philosophy program and also links to scholarships and to the fee estimate where you can put in the program and it can help you get an estimate for your fee. Peter, here's a question. If I study any college, can I do transition to Windsor?
Yes, certainly you can do transition to Windsor, and we'll have a look at your transcript, which subjects and which courses you've taken in your college, and we need to see,
and Peter, where should they send their information to?
They can send information to my email.
Okay.
Where should I put it?
In the chat. So do you say you can say your email out loud and I can type it in for you?
No, I'll type it.
Okay. Okay.
It's peter.petrichev@uwindsor.ca.
Perfect.
Please feel free to send your queries to my email, and I'll be happy to respond. But yes, we have transfers from colleges, and we can have a look at your transcript.
It's great. We have a question about what are the accommodation opportunities. So I have posted the accommodation, the residence link for the student. Here's a question. How is career opportunities for international students after graduation in Canada?
I can answer if you don't mind.
Sure.
Every faculty of University of Windsor is responsible for placing students in co-op and in paid internships, and it assists students a lot with getting their first experience in Canada. And during their internships of international students, if they show good results, many companies would like to hire them. And after graduation, usually it's from 85 to 100% of employment rate of our graduates within 4 to 6 months. So Canada doesn't have big population of people. It's a huge country and a very small population, and it is very economically developed. So there are lots of opportunities to join businesses or production plants, and it's not very so densely populated as Turkey. So in terms of employment opportunities, there are lots of options for international students.
It's great. Thanks, Peter. We have another question here. My IELTS is 8.0, but unfortunately my GPA is just 2.36. Do I still have a chance to be approved for a master program in Windsor?
We need to have a look. We calculate GPA a little bit differently. We calculate a GPA from 100%, so it's a percent-based GPA. We need to see your transcript, and we'll be able to advise you if you can be admitted to our programs or not. Because looking at the figure of GPA, it's a little bit different that we used to. So I believe you calculated it according to your system, and in Canada we calculate a little bit differently.
Would you like to put your email in that chat so the student can connect with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Start a live answer. Put your answer.
Yep.
Please.
And while Peter's typing there, our next question is, and he talked about this a little bit. Do you have partner companies which students can do internships?
Yes, we do. We have many partner companies. Each faculty is responsible for partnership with potential employees. We work very closely with many Canadian and US companies in automotive industry, in biotechnology, in IT sector, in business, in accounting, and in science. So there are lots of companies, over 100 companies in Windsor, Essex, and Ontario province.
Thanks, Peter. Faiza asks, do you offer online programs? If yes, can we start with online program and continue with face-to-face education? So for the pathway, absolutely, you can do this. Peter?
With regards to the program, some of the programs run online. Some of the programs are will be run offline starting from September. Send your inquiry, and I'll be able to find an answer for you.
That's great.
Okay.
We have here, I'm an industrial engineer, and right now I work as a business analyst. Awesome. I graduated with 3.16 GPA. My high school GPA is 3.69, and I also studied business management in another university. You're busy. I wonder, is any of this can help me with getting a scholarship? What are your standards for scholarship? So I put in the chat there the link to the scholarship. So once you've taken a look at that, if you have any more questions or anything specific, you can always connect with Peter. Here we have, is it possible for credit transferring from a Turkish university, for example, from 2-year bachelor degree? Peter?
We look at credit transfer from different universities and from Turkey as well. Please send your transcript and we'll have a look at it. Yeah, you can send it to me and I'll be able to forward it to the faculty. Please use my email. I'm not sure where to put it.
This one is it's BSC, so that's the acronym.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here we have Melissa. Do you have a medical department? If so, how can we apply and what are the entry requirements? So Melissa, I've put in the chat the link to the medical biotechnology program at the grad level and also biomedical sciences. And you can take a look at that and let us know later on if you have any more questions. Basik's question, I studied English language and literature, but I can do my master's degree in another department, such as coding or computer engineering. Do you have this program, and how can I learn about requirements? Is there scholarship? And so I've put in the chat there the link to the applied computing program, the graduate program that might be of interest to you. And what I'll do is I'll also put the, let me see if I can add, yes, the link to the scholarships so that you can have a look at the different types of scholarships that are available to you. So let me just put that in right now. Okay, great. And we have a question. Can I work as a research assistant in a master's program? And how much would I get paid? Peter?
There are lots of jobs for students on campus, and our professors try to attract students as assistants, as researchers, and get involved in research. Yes, you can have an opportunity to work on campus in the research environment. However, it is not 100%, and usually students get paid from 15 to 19 Canadian dollars, if I'm not mistaken, Anushka.
It might be a little bit more depending on the research project and some other factors. But I think the best way is to look at the area that you are looking at and send that information, and then we can give you those specific numbers. All right, well, it looks like, Peter, we are at the end of the questions. So if you have any other questions at this moment, quickly put them in the chat. Or if not, we can also, Peter has provided his email. You have our email, my email. You also have some information in the chat here. So Peter, any last words?
We would like to thank all participants of the webinar, and we look forward to answer your questions when you send them to emails. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you. And
thanks, everyone.
Goodbye.
Yes, thank you very much, Peter and Anushka, for your presentation, and you answered all of the questions. We believe it was a really comprehensive and informational webinar for the attendees. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. University of Windsor ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Peter ve Anushka'nın paylaşmış olduğu mail adreslerinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi alttaki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you again, Anushka and Peter. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.